Summer is here, guys. Welcome to this special edition of Hope Healthy Living. I am excited about summer and we are wearing our bright colors, right?
Yes.
So how are you?
I'm fantastic.
So do you like my new hairstyle?
Yes, it's pretty nice.
Hey guys, let us know what you think about the new hairstyle. Today we're going to talk about books. We have suggestion of books. You can choose one of these. Maybe during summer we have books for children, teen, and adults. Let's get started with children book.
So this first book here is called The Town Mouse and the Country Mouse. It is a fable about two mice, and one is the country mouse and the other one is the town mouse, and it kind of compares the lifestyle of each mouse.
Yes.
And the town mouse has a more, well, he calls it a luxurious lifestyle because he has his own apartment, which is actually just a human's apartment that he lives in.
Yes.
And of course there he eats better food. Like in the book we see them eating cakes and cookies and some fancy cheeses in the city. But the country mouse just eats a simple, quiet meal of berries and stuff like that.
Okay, so would you recommend that book to the kids?
Yes, I do recommend this. It's really easy to read. I suggest around 6 or 7 years old for this book.
Okay, thank you very much. What is the next?
So this next book is called The Great Ball Game. It's about how the birds and the animals played this ball game to decide which ones were better. The birds since they had wings, or the animals since they had teeth.
Yes.
And in the end, the bat comes in and he asked the birds if he could be on their side, but they said no because he had teeth.
Yes.
But then he went to the animal side and asked if he could be part of their team, and they said yes, since he has teeth.
Yes.
But he still had wings. So he decided to join the animals' side, and in the end, when the animals were losing at night, the bat came in and stole the ball and got it in the bird's goal because he was very, very quick and he was the smallest out of all the birds who were playing. So he was able to get in the goal also because he could see well at night.
Wow, isn't that nice to be on both sides? Yes, so it definitely was an advantage for him, right?
Yes.
And he actually saved the day.
Yes.
So, and I love that book. Can you show a little bit the illustration in that book? It's
the
a collage.
illustration are, yes, a collage. It's like a bunch of paper laid down.
Yes.
On like backgrounds, as you can see here.
Can I bring a little bit closer to the camera? I hope you can see. This is really nice. I love the illustration, and I hope we're going to be able to do some illustrations for
yes, so
book.
I definitely recommend this book
Yes.
to 6 or 7. Make sure that, well, there are a couple, maybe some hard words in here,
Okay.
but you can...
But, yes, usually 6 and
definitely
7
get
are read
some
to maybe by parents. Parent can read the
Yes.
book. Okay, thank you
So I
very
definitely
much.
recommend this book.
Yes.
Okay, so our next book is called You Can't Take a Balloon into the National Gallery. Now this book is very, very special.
Yes.
Because there are not a lot of books like this. Now, it looks just like a normal book from the cover.
Yes.
But when you go inside of the book, you see there are no words.
Yes.
There might be like some signs in the background that have words, but overall there are no words in this book. So it takes place at the National Gallery, and you basically see how how the balloon goes through the whole National Gallery and how you see all the chaos that one balloon causes.
Yes. That is, and I also love the illustration in this book because wherever you go, you're going to be able to spot the little balloon. See that?
Yes.
And the orange color. Beautiful. And this book is written by Jacqueline Price Weitzman, right?
Yes.
And Robin Price Glasser. So great book. So thank you.
I do recommend.
Okay.
Now our next book is called Tim's Big Move.
Yes.
Now this is kind of similar, very similar actually, to one of the other books that we already reviewed right here today. It's called Help, I Don't Want a Babysitter, because they both have a boy main character and they're stuffed animals and they go through problems as a day-to-day life. And this is about Tim and his stuffed animal, and his stuffed animal doesn't want to move because he's worried about a bunch of things, like what if he doesn't like the house, or what if Tim finds new friends and forgets about him. But when they actually do move, he sees that it's really, really fun.
Yes.
And at kindergarten, he even makes his own friend.
Yes. And have you noticed that both books are written by the same author?
Yes.
Yes, and it's kind of have the similar theme, right?
Yes.
Yes. So thank you for that. Yes.
Now our next book, well, series, this is a series that I've been reading. It's called Friday Barnes, and so this is book 1. We don't have book 2 right now, but you guys can definitely find it at your local library. This is an amazing series about this girl who's really, really intelligent.
Yes. And
she is really smart in all subjects, but she is really good at detective work, and it's really, really interesting. It's a mystery series.
Yes.
And I just really love it. It has a little bit of everything: action, of course, mixed mystery, and even a little bit of romance. And I think it is peak perfection.
Yes.
And I really love it. And this is book 3, and then book 4. I just started book 3, and I haven't read book 4, but I don't want to spoil anything from book 1 because I really want you guys to enjoy this series if you decide to check it out.
Great.
Because I really, really loved book 1 and 2, so I hope you guys check this one out. This is more for older kids, like around my age.
5th grade.
4th grade, 5th grade, yes.
Thank you very much. And you know, I know you have been reading book 1 and 2 and you really loved it. And usually, Mom and Dad, kids, when they love a series, they really get hooked on the characters.
Okay guys, so these next 2 books are the I Survived series.
Yes.
And this is not really a series. Well, it's a group of books, but it doesn't have the same characters. It has different events in each book.
Okay.
And I have these 2 here with me. And it's a really good series because it has real life events that have happened at one time in history. The characters aren't real. They didn't actually live. They weren't real people.
Yes.
But their lives are realistic.
Yes. And we call them
realistic fiction.
Yes, or historical fiction. Yes.
And this book is The Great Molasses Flood of 1919. I really love this book. I actually didn't read this recently. I read this sometime last year. But I love this book. This also had a disease in it. It was the flu, and it was in full effect at this time, and it had a huge impact on this book, and about just the story was really based on the flood and the flu.
Yes.
So great book to check out.
Yes, especially
and
at
this
this
next
time.
one was the American Revolution of 1776. It was an amazing book. Once again, the characters weren't real people.
Okay guys, and this is another pick. It's a math book, and you know, of course it's summer, the kids can be outside and play, have fun, travel, but it's always good from time to time to keep practicing maybe some math or science. And so what do you think about this book?
I think it's very colorful and cute, and it's really cool that it is also a flip book.
Yes.
So there are a lot of fun things to flip.
Yes.
And it has a lot of colors and pictures, so it'll be more interesting for a child.
It's a fun book about fractions and decimals, so with that illustration, it really gives you an idea, right? When you say half or when you say 1/4 of a whole, you really see what it is. So I think this is a great book for beginner fraction and decimals, right?
Definitely.
Great. And besides that, we always pick some enrichment activities, guys. This is about fashion. We are learning to sew our own gears for Envision Hope, particularly the aprons and a mask. So this is a great way also to keep the kids busy during summer. Whatever is your hobby, you can do it with the kids. And let us know about your hobby this summer. Thank you. And so when we come back, we are going to talk about the teen series, right?
Yes.
Don't go away. Okay guys, welcome back. For the teen series, I'm going to suggest this book, Turning 15 on the Road to Freedom. It's really a book that, you know, it doesn't matter if you're a teen or an adult. This is a great pick. It talks a lot about the famous march from Selma, Alabama to Montgomery, Alabama, right? Mm-hmm. And I think it's the story of Linda Blackmon Lowry. She was the youngest person to take part in that march from Selma to Montgomery, Alabama. And I know for sure that this is a great way for you to know about history, especially for us immigrants. When we come into this country, we also have to learn about, you know, the story of this country. So I love the book, and I would recommend this book to 15 years old and maybe 16. So great pick. And of course, like I said, even adults can read this book. So this is a real story. So the lady Linda Blackmon Lowry retold her story to Elspeth Leacock and Susan Barkley. So they wrote the book about that. So great pick. And another one, which is from my son, the tech guy, and he is 15. He loved the Glass Sword. This is a great book according to Kevin, and it's written by Victoria Everett. So this is a great pick, guys. So Brother Ben, this is book 6 in the series. It's written by John Flanagan, and so my teenage boy thinks this is a very good book. He read it and he loved it. Okay, and the next one in the teen series is this. This is a memoir, and so this is nonfiction. I will always write back. I love this book. When it came out a few years ago, I read some chapters and I always go back and pick it. It's about a girl who had like an assignment, right? They were supposed to write to kids in a different place. So her letter was picked by another kid in Zimbabwe. So they started a pen-pal relationship where you write back to the person, and it lasted over 6 years and really changed their life, because the girl, Caitlin Ali Ferenca, and the boy Martin Gander, they learned to know about each other, right? Because he learned about America, she learned about Africa. So this is a great page. And let me tell you guys, I had a pen pal when I was a teenager too. And if my pen pal is watching, I want to say hi. He lives in Canada right now. So this is a great way to also introduce kids to a different world, right? Okay, and this one, guys, this is the last one for the teen. I have this Powerless. It's also a book recommended by my tech guy. He loved this book. This is actually his own copy. So it's written by Tara. Let me see the name of the author. It's written by Tara Lynn Charles and Tracy Deeb. So great pick too for teen, right? And now when we come back, we are going to talk about my summer book list. Don't go away. Welcome back, guys, and now we're going to talk about adults book. This is my pick for this summer. I just finished reading this, The Rediscover Memoir of One Woman's Harrowing Escape from the Nazi. So the title is A Bookshop in Berlin by Françoise Frankel. Now, this book was first published in 1945. Can you imagine? Mm-hmm. Yes. And so it's the story of Françoise Frankel. She was a Jewish woman from Poland, but she opened a bookshop in Germany in, I believe it was 1921 with her husband. She was really passionate about books, you know, literary works. And for some time, everything was fine. But in 1939, with the looming World War II, she had to flee, you know, Germany, and she settled in France. But even there, you know, the war was everywhere, and she has to survive, right? So the book really tells you a lot about, you know, the escape in France and the different places where she had to go. It talks about the people who helped her through, you know, the time when she was a refugee in hiding in France. This is a great book. And, you know, when I read this book, it reminded me so much about how you can be, you know, you can be uprooted, right? You have to live in a different place, and sometimes you have these challenges and struggles, and not to forget what was happening during that time. The Jewish people were really in a very difficult situation, even in hiding in France. But the beautiful things about this book is that even the people who were following Germans' orders were also, I mean, they have that compassion. Most of the people have the compassion, and that's why she was able to have help from the people, you know, in the south of France, where she was in hiding most of the time. So this is a great pick. I love the book. And the second one that I'm reading right now, it's Open Water. So this is the story of two black people who met and found out, you know, what were their interests, and then they talk about their life, you know, their experiences. It's a novel, and so I am reading this right now, and this is written by Khaled Azuma Nelson, Open Water. I just heard about it on the radio, and I went to the library and picked it. So this is a great novel. I haven't finished it, but I would recommend it.
Okay guys, this is the end of the video. If you liked it, make sure to like, subscribe, and share, and click that notification bell down below if you want to know when we upload new videos every single time.
Yes, and I would like you guys to let us know what you have on your summer list. and maybe we can pick one of those too and read, right? Because in Vision, Hope, Healthy Living, it's about sharing, learning, and empowering each other.
And if you guys picked up any of these books that we talked about today, make sure to let us know down below how you enjoyed the book.
Yes. And so thank you for watching, and thank you for supporting us. And we are going to see you in our next video, right?
Bye.